Very good afternoon, everybody. Very interesting market we had today. If you see, this is the market, it opened flat. Then this is a classic bear trap where most of the shots are taken off and the market remain sideways for a long time. And then there was this sudden sell-off that happened into this market. And somewhere around this level, based on technical parameters, I was shorting the futures, and the result has been very satisfying. I booked a profit of 71,600 rupees, just finished booking most of my profits here, and I still am into one Nifty short of the next month, and seeing that the market is more or less consolidating around this place. This also I'll square off and see in the end if I have a position left. So this also I'll take off. And I said in the last video also, once all the trading is finished, the one thing you want to see is whether any pending orders are there, both in the futures and the cash segment. This is the cash segment I want to check out. Nothing there. And this is the futures segment. And I see that in future segment also, now I've finished all my trading with about 70,000 rupees of profits. I always say, if you understand this market properly, this is a good market to make money. Profit and loss are part of the game. So did I make were all the trades in profits in this 70,000 rupees profit? Let's see before I analyze the market. I booked a loss in the January Nifty of 2,200, a 1,200 rupees loss in Biocon. I booked a 12,000 rupees of loss in Tata Steel, 825 rupees of loss in Titan, and 2,450 rupees of loss in BEDL. So it's not that in all the trades I book profits, but then, if there are, as long as your profits are bigger and your losses are smaller, you will do well. Bank Nifty with a sudden downside gave me good money. Nifty gave good money, and ICICI Bank gave good money. And all 70,000 was not made in a single trade. It was various trades based on technical parameters which gave the profit. So my 70,000 rupees of profits today is for me. And we just exited all the Nifty, and now it is recovering a little from the lows of the day. So let's look at the market. Let me close this. Let me look at the market and see how is the daily chart looking like of the market. Let's look at the bigger picture. This is the chart of the market, and this is the channel in which this market is trading in the last few months, since November. We are in December, mid of November. Roughly here it came to a low. Here we see the move is very sideways, coming almost at this level. And if it continues to trade the channel, well then it can come down to the lower part of the channel, which will be somewhere around 9,950 rupees levels, which means about 250 rupees down from here. Another thing that is very visible, जो आपको दिख रही है कि जो high है market के, they are becoming lower. We have a high, a lower high, and a lower high. So which says that it is bearishness in the market that is setting here. So see, market is a living entity. I always say it breathes. It breathes in, it breathes out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and a breathe out is what is going to happen. Uncertainty today, we have 2-3 factors. Inflation has risen. The IIP number, the industrial numbers have not come very good. And the people are uncertain about the Gujarat election tomorrow. the final phase of polling, exit results tomorrow evening. So I think a little panic coming into the market. And that is the reason. So if I look at the same market, remember the analysis we were doing last time? Let's do that again. So this is what this market did. Rose, retraced back almost 50%, again rose, again retraced, again rose, and it is again in a retracing mode. And this is where this move started, roughly around this level. This is where this move started. So this can be a profit booking target. This can be a profit booking target. And in a very expensive market, we still have a PE of about 26. So every retracement on the upward side is being sold. So every retracement is being sold. We can see that. And there has been overall selling today. It has been overall selling that has happened today in the market. If I look at the top 15 liquid stocks of India, these are the top 15 liquid stocks of India. Today was a classic bull trap actually. The market went up almost 50 points plus before selling off. So a lot of, not bull trap, sorry, it's a bear trap. Classic bear trap I'm talking about. Bear trap is when the market goes up, takes away most of the levels, and then continue to go down in the downward direction. That is what is a classic bear trap that we are talking about here. So let's look at these liquid stocks here. We had Vedanta, and Vedanta has some heavy selling going on right now. Made good money in Vedanta today. Very heavy selling happening there. Adani Ports is also selling. In fact, you can see a very clear head and shoulders in Adani Ports. JSW Steel is also selling off, and if it continues to sell off, it can go down maybe till about 200 rupees level. It can have almost 30-40 rupees of downside from here. Bajaj Finance, again you see the rounding off that is happening here and a gradual selling off coming in this stock. Yes Bank has never really recovered here, and it tried to go up and failed miserably, and I think it can settle down to a 275 rupees level if it continues to move on the downward side. Tata Steel, another very expensive stock now, and it has a nice bull run, and you might see some profit booking coming into this. A 50% retracement is a common level. So if I look at Tata Steel here, this is the high of Tata Steel, and even if it takes a conservative retracement, about 670, 620, these can be the levels that can come. SBI also moving down. Remember this gap that is in SBI, it is gradually, slowly and steadily moving towards that level here. This is what we are seeing in SBI. Bank of Baroda, it is also already from 208, it is at 163 rupees level here. Axis Bank moving down. Hindalco selling off today. Oro Pharma selling off today. Lupin was sideways. This is a strong stock, so I'll keep an eye on this tomorrow. If it is giving me a buying opportunity, then LIC Housing Finance has huge selling that is going on. So from 800 rupees almost down to 545 rupees. Indiable Housing Finance This also has a downward pressure. Look at the inverted hammer it has formed today, and we have IOC which is more sideways. So we see that there was an overall downside that was into the market, and we had a very sudden sell-off here. So if I look at this market, this is how this market is likely to finish. Just 10 minutes left into the market, and looking at the structure of this market, I would still like to take one shot till tomorrow. So I go here to my derivatives. I go to Nifty here, which is at 10218, and I would like to sell one index of December. Okay. Then we also have Bank Nifty, which was a big sell-off today, and I would like to sell one Bank Nifty. So at the end of the day, I'm again taking a swing trade in a Nifty and a Bank Nifty. And a Bank Nifty, if it continues to move down, see, this is a sharp sell-off coming in Bank Nifty here. If it continues to move down, and let's say if this is an important level for it, if it breaks this level decisively on the downward side, today was a huge price rejection that was happening, then this is one other target that you can look for. The Bank Nifty, maybe 24,250 rupees level. So that's almost 800 rupees of a downside from here. That can happen. And banks are very expensive right now. Bank Nifty, Nifty Bank has a PE of about 29 right now, which is extremely expensive. And we see the selling in this has already started. We already have, always remember, these are markets. They will not be permanent. The very basic nature of the market is that it will move. If it doesn't move, it is of no use to me. So people ask me, how can we reduce the risk into this market? I said only one way. Focus on your exits, focus on your skill, and make sure you do not buy more than you can chew. And no price is permanent forever. No price is permanent forever. There are stocks that are very expensive. They will eventually go down. There are stocks which are very cheap and they will eventually go up. But everything will not happen today. Some will take days, some will take weeks, and some will take months. So what you have to see is how you can be a part of it. If you want to create long-term wealth, there is no point looking at the markets intraday. So in that case, it's much better that you look at the market, in a more, long-term weekly charts. Look at the long-term trends. If you are looking to go for more of short-term trading, then you have to know what is likely to happen in the next few hours, what is likely to happen in the next few days here. And this is the potential, as I said, this is a nice 70,000 rupees of profit. And eventually, if you keep on patiently waiting for your trades, your stop losses are in place, you will be able to make this kind of money into this market. The various sectors are also selling off today. If I look at the top sectors of the market here, look at, this is Nifty, this is auto, more or less. See, this is also selling off. Banks have a huge downward pressure, we can see. Commodities have been selling off. Consumption started going down. Energy started going down in this. Financial services has started moving down. FMCG is selling. Growth is selling. Infra, huge selling has happened in the last 3 days. IT has started selling. Media is selling. Metals are very weak, as you can see. There is a lot of weakness that is there in the metals. So take care, guys. And remember, like I was making this nice 70,000 rupees. There's always an urge to take it till tomorrow. Don't do that. Tomorrow is another day. You can always take another trade tomorrow. So take care. We are an expensive market, but a very volatile market, which is also liquidity driven. So be stock specific. Make sure your technicals are in place. You are working with a plan. You have a stop loss in place, and you know when to get out. So this is a classic example of a bear trap, guys, where the market is been taken up, and then suddenly, when all the levels have been hit, the stock price will come down very, very fast. Great, guys. All the best. And see you again in one more analysis and a live trading session. Bye-bye. This is Yogeshwar Vashishtha, and you are in the Indian stock market.